definitely had some good moments in the game that I think we can build off of. I think it was definitely tough to start the game off conceding a goal so quickly, but proud of the team for how we stuck with it and stayed in the game, and especially in the second half, how we really controlled the game. So, it's disappointing to not be able to win, not be able to score, but I think there were a lot of good things to take with us.
Jaelin?
Yeah, just going off T, I think it's always disappointing, especially home opener, wanting to win for the fans and winning against a good club like Orlando. But also, like T said, I think there's a lot of things we can build off of in that, and we really controlled the second half. I think you saw moments of brilliance. You can see how good this team is going to be. It's still early. Doesn't mean, obviously, we wanted those 3 points. But end of the day, we got to take it and learn from it and move forward going into Houston.
Questions?
I think that our ability to be creative in the final third was something that I'm excited about. I think that, we still are in the young process of getting everybody on the same page, given that we have a lot of different groups of players on the field maybe throughout the game. I'm also really, really happy with the way that our rookies are performing. I think that's something that's really important and exciting to see, that we can keep building off of that and continue to grow our team in that way. I as much as we did concede two goals, two unfortunate goals, I do think that we limited their opportunities defensively. So even though the score is 2-0, I do want to give a shout out to to our back line, because I think that it's definitely difficult to limit this kind of offensive team to a low number of chances. So I'm happy with that.
Jenna?
How do you, as captain, help players like Lily, who's making her starting debut at home and has an unfortunate goal? How do you kind of make sure that she moves on from it and gets her head back in the game?
Yeah, I think it's something that can happen to anybody. Something that has happened probably to pretty much every defender in the world, scoring an own goal, and it's unfortunate. But it's really just the next play. Like, none of us are thinking, oh gosh, like that's Lily's fault. Like we're on to the next play already. I think finding the balance of supporting her, but also not making a big deal out of it, because quite frankly, like again, whenever we concede a goal, it's never one person's fault. And I think she played a really good game from then on. So I'm really happy with how she did keep her head in the game, and she was able to contribute to the team. I've been talking.
Okay. Yeah, for me, obviously it was my first time playing for Gotham in a home stadium, and I think the fans really showed up today, and it was amazing just bringing the energy every time we were on the ball, every time we were in the attack. It does make a difference, and having the stadium like behind your back is always a great feeling for players, and getting loud. And so for me, I thought it was an amazing atmosphere. I thought the stadium was great, and so it was a great first experience for me. And you could see me like trying to hype the crowd up, because it was fun with so many fans, and so we're just hoping in future games that we can have that turnout as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's often the last piece of the puzzle that comes for a team, is just that clinical, technical execution in the final third, whether that's the final pass or the finish. I'm not too worried about it, because I think getting there is the hard part, and now we just need to make the right decision or, have the technical execution. And I think we certainly have the players that can do that and want to do that. So I think it's really commonly known that that's often the last piece that comes. So I feel like we are very close to being on the same page all the time. And once we can get there, I think the goals will start rolling. So I'm excited, because I think we saw, as Jay said, moments of brilliance and things that we can really build on. So I think it's coming. Yeah, I mean, I think it's game minutes together. I also think it's, continued training together and being able to see our strengths and weaknesses on the field and train based off of that. I think that's often what the first few games of the season really help you with is like, oh, what do we need to hone in on in training? Where are spots that we can really be the best and where are the spots that we need to get up to a better standard? So that's a lot of the evaluation that happens after these games is like, what does the next week of training look like to help us reach that next level in whatever we're looking at for the next weekend?
Jenna?
I wanted to ask about, you mentioned this a little bit, the Pride is such a strong attacking team, and particularly with Barbara Banda. Just how, as a defender and even a midfield, do you prepare to take on someone like as creative and fast as you continue to find that line?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a defender, we're constantly trying to anticipate what attackers are doing. I think, she has a lot of really great skills in her locker, and certainly one of them is even if you do anticipate what she's going to do, sometimes she still is able to do it. And so it's just, being intelligent and being physical and trying to just not give her a lot of room to breathe. As you said, she's a very dynamic player, a very intelligent player. So it's definitely a good challenge. But I think that's something that's really exciting about this league is that every game you go into as a defender, it's a different challenge.
Anything else for Tierna or Jaelin? Okay, go for it.
I see the LaCroix, you guys, LaCroix girls. How do you?
Yeah, I mean, yes. My wife has been asking when I'm going to get a box to come home with. So, yeah.
We have one more question from Zoom. Luis Rodriguez asks, and Jaelin, why don't you take this one? What does the team need to improve for the next games?
Yeah, I think we touched on it. I think just finishing it off and putting it in the back of the net. I think you've seen us have moments of brilliance in the final third. I think consistency throughout the game. You obviously saw us dominate kind of the second half. We need to be switched on in the first half. So consistency throughout the game and showing that and not just moments of it, but a full 90-minute performance, putting the ball in the back of the net. But like T said, I think it's still early. Those things come. Obviously, we want to do it as soon as possible, but we also have to realize a lot of us haven't been playing together that long. And so with those things and finishing and being on the same page, it does take a little time, but I'm not worried because, I think we have great players to come together and end of the day, like just putting the ball in the back of the net and having consistency throughout the game. So.